What's the vibe, guys? Welcome back to Ras Lunacy. And if you're watching this, then that's a good sign, not just for me, but also maybe for you as well. Now, what is this video about? Well, to be fair, I haven't uploaded in like a year. If you disregard my 2-year lock update, I haven't uploaded in like a year at this point. And there are a lot of reasons behind that. But one of the major overarching reasons is anxiety. I've had ideas, I've even recorded videos, I've even gone into editing and didn't export, or even some I have exported and I just didn't upload, and a lot of it has to do with anxiety. But what is the reality is, anxiety isn't caused by simply just, well, some people do just have anxiety. That is a real thing. Some people are just naturally anxious people. However, there are people who have induced anxiety, or rather, I'm no psychiatrist, by the way, but personally I've realized, not just with me, but for even friends of mine, you can become anxious when certain things aren't going right, or if something feels off, or if something feels weird. If you're walking alone at night through a dark alleyway and there's no one around, and you suddenly start hearing footsteps and you can't hear who it is, you'll become anxious, you'll become fearful, you'll be afraid of what the unknowing is. I'm not trying to make this video too long, so let me, if it's not under 5 minutes, I'll really hopefully get it under 10. But the reality is, this whole YouTube channel is about my rasta and spiritual journey. However, that's a big reason as to why I haven't uploaded in over a year, because as far as I'm concerned, I have not made any leaps, bounds, or any steps forward to being any more spiritual than I was last year. In fact, I would say I'm less spiritual than last year. And I can come on this app and I can tell you all what you need to be doing and all the things that helped me last year to get to a point of not being anxious about things and being able to upload whatever I feel like. But the reality of the situation is, I am anxious to upload because I feel now that I'm doing more talk the talk than I am doing walk the walk. And because of that, I've been very fearful of uploading and saying things like, oh, you need to stop fapping, even though I've gotten back into fapping. It's hard for me to say, oh, you need to moderate your smoking habits when I've started smoking daily again. It's hard for me to say you need to come to the park and put your feet in nature when I've been very inconsistent. It's hard for me to tell you to meditate when I haven't been meditating. It's hard for me to say things to people that I know is good when I'm not doing it myself. And that's one of the biggest reasons as to why I haven't been uploading. Now, that being said, this video is not for me to tell you that I suck and I'm not and nothing will happen. This video, hopefully if you're watching this, why I said at the start of the video that it's good for me and good for you, is because these videos give me some form of they give me, the fact that I'm uploading this, it makes me less anxious for the next upload, basically. And if you realize, I'm in portrait mode, I'm not in landscape, and the reason I'm in portrait mode is because it's a bit more impromptu, and I feel like it's more, I can be less, I know I don't have to edit it, and I know I don't have to do certain things. I can upload this straight onto YouTube as soon as I finish recording this video. That being said, today is the September 17, and I hope, not hope, but I intend, not just intend, but I will be starting monk mode. Now, what is monk mode? If you go on my YouTube channel, you'll realize that I've done monk mode before, or I have attempted monk mode before. I've done it for, I think the most I've done a full monk mode for is 48 hours. And what monk mode is no social media, no vices, just no instant gratifications, basically. No junk food and stuff like that. That's what monk mode for me, it also has to do with no games, or games in a limited manner, because obviously if there's a kid here and I run around a tree with him, I'm playing a game realistically, but I mean no video games. So the most I've actually ever done for monk mode is 48 hours, and some of you might think that's a lot, some of you might think that's a small amount, but I hope to actually be able to do monk mode for 30 days, if not 30, 100 days. I want to be able to do these things on a whim without having to think about it. I want to be able to go on monk mode and not have any drawbacks, any side effects from going on monk mode. Now, as I said, this video is not going to be short, so I'm not going to be going into the detailed step-by-step procedure. If you want that, you're gonna have to subscribe and like, and be sure to check back on the channel for more updates on how the monk mode is going. However, because I've been very inconsistent with my good practices, a lot of bad practices have started to come up back. And I've already said a few to you, the fapping, the smoking, the consistent smoking, because I think I've gone over 30 days without smoking. Obviously during that time I was playing games. I also didn't fap during that time, over 30 days. However, I feel, since I've begun smoking again, because after I went 44 days without smoking, and that's the most I've ever gone. After going 44 days, I came to the realization almost that when I started back, I thought to myself that I'd be able to be more in control of my smoking habits. But what I've come to realize that there's no such thing, and you can't begin smoking daily for a week and then decide to stop for another 40 days. That's just not how it works. It's just not that easy, and it's just not, it's harder than it's made out to be. The reality is, I don't think I personally should be smoking on a daily basis, because it becomes habitual to a point where if I start smoking every day and sometimes for no reason at all, so it will get to the evening and I'll just feel irritated, or I'll feel uncomfortable, or I can't get hungry, or I can't fall asleep, and all of these things combine together to let me say I'll smoke. And once I smoke, all of these things happen. I can eat, I can go to sleep, blah 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 blah, but it's because my body has gotten used to it. Over those 44 days, I remember it getting to a point where there were days I didn't even remember that I wasn't smoking. And the whole point of this is, I want to get to a point where I'm in control of my own self. Meaning, whatever I say I want to do, I can do it instantly without having to think about it too much, without having to go through too much struggle. And what has helped me in the past with that has been monk mode. So, today is September 17. This is monk mode day 1. And if you want more updates on how the monk mode is going to be going, please subscribe. If you want to see how my last monk mode went, you can check the old videos. You can check my no fap old videos. You can check my no smoke old videos. But this is monk mode, so this is a culmination of all of it in one. And I'm gonna go in a future video, I'll go into tips. I'll go into how I went about it. I'll go into my struggles, things that were hardest for me. I already know smoking is the hardest thing for me personally, but I didn't smoke yesterday. So I'm already day 2 no smoke. I'm just starting monk mode today. So I deleted all my socials yesterday as well. However, I still do have, so I have 2 phones, and I do have socials on my second phone. I don't have it on my main daily driver phone. That being said, I didn't want this video to get to 10 minutes. It's currently 9 minutes long. So, subscribe for more. That's the vibe. And if you're watching this video, that's good. That's a good sign for me, because it means I've done one thing which is conquer my upload anxiety. That being said, that's been Ras Lunacy, and that has been the vibe.